So today I thought I would just do a quick play in my sketchbook. One of the things that I'm working on at the moment is trying to work towards more abstraction and more expressive work, and trying to lose some of the control in my painting. So I thought today I would just play, and you might be able to come along on the journey with me and see if it's something that you would like to try too. So I've just got out some paints. Some of these are actually tester pots from the DIY store, and some are just acrylics that I've put into little jars. And so what I'm going to do is, as I said, try and do some experimentation whereby I lose control over what I'm doing. So I'm just going to paint really loosely on this piece of copy paper, and here is one of my tester pots. They come with these little brushes on the end, and those brushes themselves, if you use those, you're really not getting any control over what's happening. So I'm just going to do some loose sort of flower shapes here. Now I want to work really quickly, because the one thing I do want is this paint to stay wet for what I intend to do. I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be, but that's part of the fun of it. So what I thought I'd do now is maybe put some dark purple in the middle of some of these, and I might put maybe some pink here, maybe some pink there, and perhaps this one, just a wee bit of yellow. And as you can see, it's all very wet. So what I'm going to do now is flip it over and just see what happens. I'm going to try and manipulate this paint with my hand or with my finger, just to, like I said, it's one way of getting rid of your control, because although I can see where the paint is here, what I can't do is see what's happening as a result of me squishing this paint around. So let's take a look. There we go, some nice flower shapes. So next thing I'm going to do is a kind of a vase shape here. And these are still wet, so something might happen when I put them back on. And I'm going to squish this paint around as well. Maybe take this card and see if I can drag some paint down this way. No idea what's going to happen. A pencil, maybe draw some lines. And let's see if that... So here some of the paper has stuck, because this blue was acrylic paint, artist paint. It dried quicker than this paint, which was house paint. So I quite like to just get some more blue on here. Anyway, that's the best I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is let that dry, and then I'll think about what to do next. Okay, so that's pretty dry, almost dry anyway. And what I've got here is some old carbon paper. So I thought I would draw onto this like that. So I've covered up my painting, although I do have the painting here, but it is in reverse, so I can't really use that as a guideline. But if you'd like to have a go at this and you don't have carbon paper, you can just get a piece of A4 paper and scribble all over the back of it with graphite or charcoal, and then you can use that instead. Use it like a carbon paper. So I'm going to put this over and I'm going to draw on it. The ink will come off the carbon paper if I put my hands down on it too much, so I'll have to keep my pencil up nice and straight. And so I think the vase is possibly around about here, so I'll draw the vase in here. And then I think I've got a flower somewhere around here, so I'm going to draw that flower, and then another flower perhaps up here. Trying to think, there's a flower somewhere in the middle here. And I think there's one out here somewhere. Yeah, there is. And there's one up here, so I can see I've missed this one, but that doesn't matter. I'll draw it again. So I do want them to be vaguely around where the other ones are. So I've got some lines in around my painting, and I think I will add a cup down here. So I'll just do myself a wee cup. And maybe I'll put a flower design on it. And then over here, let me see. Maybe I'll draw. Maybe I'll just draw a pear. Pears are always good shapes to have. So, there's my pear. I just feel like I need some more lines on this. So I think what I might do is I'm going to draw some leaves and some stems, I think, that come around. Just put those on. As you can see, it's the same thing. The acrylic is a lot, the artist paint dries a lot quicker. So, but I do want more than what I've got on there. So I'm going to come back with a bit more. I'll put this here and then I'll maybe use this, get some lines going. Yeah, so that's better. It's got a little bit more texture to it. And I want some more leaves. Let's put some more leaves up here. Here. Maybe one down here. Okay, that's a bit more random. So I need to let that dry now. In fact, I'm going to dry that again. Now I like what we've got here, but if I leave it like that, I won't know what happens if I take it that little step further. So what I've done is I've taken a photograph of it, and on this page what I can do is print off some photographs that I've taken or that I will take during the various stages of how this painting develops, and I can use those as a reference. So not only will I have something that I may take to a point where it's a mess, a real mess that I don't like, but I will have a record of what happened along the way, and then I'll be able to decide in the future where the stopping point is. But at the moment, I just feel like I need some more lines here. So I'm going to go back and draw some more sort of flower shapes. Just get some more lines going on, and perhaps even look at some of these leaves. There was a leaf that came up here, and I think there was a leaf that sort of came roughly around here, and a leaf. I can draw more than one leaf down here. So see, I've got a number of leaves going on there, and I could just draw some random sort of squiggles, and then also some stems coming down. And where the vase is, I could use something thicker, maybe like this, maybe get a thicker line. Let's have a look. I'm getting more of a, I don't know, let's have a look. Maybe draw some lines up the vase. I'm going to try for some, oh, I've got this smudging stick. I'm going to try that for drawing some stems. That makes a much softer sort of line. Maybe just draw some, almost like buds, some circles out here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is put a table line. So maybe a table line through there. So now what I've done is I've got out some woodies, these Stabilo woodies, and I've got some oil pastels. So I think I'll just start to kind of draw in amongst all of this. And what I'd like to try and do is, immediately I'm thinking of going for yellows and greens for the pear, and I think I should try something different. So this is a blue, so I might go blue at the bottom of the pear, because it's a cool sort of colour, and that might be where the shady bit is. And maybe, I don't know, what should I try? Maybe the pear can be pink. Who says the pear's got to be? Who says the pear should be green? And maybe mix them up with some colours here. And maybe there should be a shadow under this pear. So I'll just do blue because it's a cool colour. And if I'm putting a shadow there, I might put a shadow here as well. And I might put a shadow around here for this vase. I'm just getting a greater variety of colours of pastels, because these are not, I don't have that many colours of the nice Sennelier ones, so these are ones called Art Echo. They were very cheap from Amazon, but they're nice and soft. So I think I'll just work on some of these flowers right now. Nice soft yellow centre. Maybe a nice dark centre in this one. Look at these pinks that I've got here. And maybe just draw around those pinks. Around this pink. Just trying to do some loose lines. And red up here. Now when I'm drawing around these leaves and colouring the leaves, I'm not trying to draw around them as such. I'm coming outside the line and just trying to be a bit looser. Let me just do some little yellow dots out here. I'm not so sure about the yellow. Maybe I'll draw pink out here. And up here, maybe some red spots. And I just spotted this lovely pale bluey green, so I might put some of that in as well. And we might define this vase a little bit more. And obviously, if this was say a glass vase, because it's see-through, so it would be glass, you would see perhaps a lip across here, but I'm not going to do that because, as I said, I'm trying to be a little bit looser and a little bit more expressive. And so that, I mean, we know it's a vase, so it doesn't have to look realistic. But one thing I thought, while I've got this out, is that maybe I just bring this down here. In fact, I like this darker blue better. That darker blue for the shadows as well. And this little cup, let's try some. This is sort of a complementary colour to the blue that's around it, so that should work quite well. And I'm wondering about what colour to do this. I've got a little light grey here. Let's put that in. So I'll put the pastels away. And I might just try and do some more marks with the woodies. I'll just come up with a green here, here. Right, so I'll just take a photo of that at this stage. So I could say that that's finished like that because it's nice. I really like it. It's got lots and lots of lines and marks, and it's got a lot of energy, I think. But what I might do, because I've got some old gouache on a palette here, I think I'll try and see what it looks like with the background. So I have taken a photo, as I said, so that I can keep this and remember what it looked like before I did this. Now, because I've been working in oil pastel, most of this is going to resist the blue that I'm putting in. But the woodies are water soluble, so they may start to bleed a bit, which is absolutely fine. So it's kind of like I'm putting a blue background in here. Because these are all warm colours, the blue is cool, so it's a nice contrast. I think I may have dipped it into the one next door to it, but actually it's quite pretty like that. Get a bigger brush. And there are some white marks left, which I quite like as well. So on the bottom here, again, I've got a lot of blue. So I think I'll go for this. I'll go for a creamy, lemony colour down the bottom. So that was a lot of fun. And this is what my sketchbook, my still life sketchbook course is really all about. It's not so much about being still life. It's just that if I concentrate on still life as a subject, that's one decision that's been taken from me. So it's one less thing for me to worry about. And so what I can do is, using still life as my subject, experiment with different materials and different ways of applying paint, and I can experiment with line and texture and mark making and colour, and not have to worry about my subject matter. And that's what my whole still life sketchbook course is about. And actually Still Life Playground, my earlier course, is very much like that too. So now I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm thinking, well, I've got the woodies, so what I could do is put some pattern on this tablecloth. Just see what that looks like. It's all just about play and experimentation. And because it's in a sketchbook, it's not going to be a finished work of art, but it will help you to understand what it is that you like, and what it is that you like to do, and what it is that you like as an outcome. And then you can start to use those two things in your own paintings. And that's how you develop your own style and your own voice and your own creativity, because you will have practiced these things and you will have taken away any of the fear that you have about not knowing what to paint or how to paint it, because you will have practiced. And you've got this big resource book then. You can flip back through all your sketchbooks and think, oh yes, I've got an idea for a painting from that. And that's where you get original ideas from. And because I think we all strive, we all want to find our own creativity and our own response to things. And that can be quite hard to do. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. And as I said, if that's something you'd like to have a try, I'd love to see if you have a go at this yourself. Why not put it on Instagram and just tag me, or yeah, just use a hashtag still life sketchbook, and I'll have a look at it. But I'm really happy with that. I think it looks great.